Get in a horse stance like you're going to do Shomen Suburi. He's wherever's fine. I'm just watching. You're okay. Go ahead and get in it. But Sean doesn't want you hitting that. But we weren't going to do Shomen Suburi like you're going to do Shomen Suburi. Okay? All right. Hold the bokken like you were going to start Shomen Suburi. Okay? Where does the left hand go? The left hand. One fist width away from your body. Where on the bokken? Am I at the back end? No. Your pinky goes on the end. Your pinky is on the end. Do you see that? Pinky's on the end, okay? And then Virginia's point is it's one fist away from my body. Got it? So this is too far out. One fist away from my body, okay? All right. Let us note where this hand is away from your body. Everyone got that? Okay. Let's note where this hand is. Got that? There's two different distances here. And let's do this one up here, because this is where a lot of people do their Suburi. They're like here. Okay? So we're I don't know, a hand span away, and you're maybe 3 inches above your navel. Okay? If I am trying to use the hands to drop the heaven aspect, the yang aspect, where do we put them? Right around here. Right around here. You put them up here. Got it? You're usually bringing it up. Usually this way. You don't want it to go up at the bottom of the cut. You want it to go down. So, this is where we're at. Down here. So if you're like, that feels weird. I know it feels weird. But go like this. Form your Lao Gong. And let the yang aspect drop. And when you have Lao Gong, you'll feel that, whatever that is, in my palms, okay? And if you're sensitive, when you start to bring this up, you'll feel more in your palms, but you should feel it coming up your body. Do you understand? Okay? So when we're up here, and now I go down, you should feel it more in your feet on that kidney spot, and you settle more. Do you understand? Okay. So on the bottom of Shomen, I was supposed to be cutting down, then I should cut down. That's where I cut down to. Okay? Make sense? Okay. Now let's watch this. Go ahead and slowly lift the sword up. And then slowly lift the sword down. Keep doing it. Okay, again, finish. Good. Now, in Virginia, you're doing this too. What do you notice about his shoulders? You can come look. Well, what's touching the bokken? And what's not touching the bokken? His left shoulder. Come back on the quad now. And the quad goes forward. Do you understand? Okay, you're doing that too, Virginia. Okay. So, what I'm going to tell you is that is happening from the tension that you have in the right arm. So start out what you think is even, okay? And then just start leaving the left arm tense the right arm. This is a discovery learning exercise. And when I say tense, I mean squeeze the hell out of that right arm. And then notice how, my shoulder is forward and the claw came slightly forward. Okay, do you guys see that? All right, what people do, this is one reason why you see people bring back here. Do you get the come back here? Because the weapon is fighting the tension and they loosen the tension and the hand will come back, okay? But here's this, watch this. If my hand is coming up the middle, I bring it up the middle and I don't have tension, do you see? And I bring the other hand up the middle, it's not making me turn. It's not making me turn. Just bring the hand up the middle, down the middle. This was an exercise. Okay? If you pay attention, when you add that tension and start to make this thing be more of a form as opposed to follow the tension in your body, you do weird things like this. You see that? And no, there's the tension in my arm, and now I have to stop, and now the sword is up here. But if I just let it drop, and if you pay attention, yes, both hands are on the center line, but they're not in the same point on the arc of the arm through space at the same time. Do you get that? So if this hand did not bring a shoulder forward or back, then even though this hand is further on the sword, it should not bring a shoulder forward or back because it is at a different place on the arc. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Okay, so usually we can't feel the arc and we're doing something like just hitting. So forget sword cutting, and I'm going to have you bring your hand in even a little, not side by side, but just a little to get you there, okay? And just realize that the hands are not doing the same thing at the same time. Do you understand? Okay, see if you could feel that, and I'll bring your mind to the wrist flexion. Okay, so for example, as I start, if I kept my wrists the same as they are right now, and I move my arms up, I keep that wrist flexion, I'm never going to get to the up part. Do you understand? So the elbow is flexing, the wrist is flexing. Do you understand? Okay? There's a time in the arc where that happens without tension. That's what I don't know yet because I'm trying to move the sword as opposed to let the sword move me. Okay? So what I want you to do in this exercise is we're going to come back a little bit to get a fighting chance, and you'll see that the wrists are not exactly in the same flexion at the same time. Do you get that? But I don't want to do this either. Okay? The elbows, too, are not in the same articulation angle as I'm going through. And if I just measure for tension in my body, you'll find it. Okay? Try it. Bring the left hand back where it goes. Don't let tension come in your body. Now bring some awareness to your shoulders and your core, because we might just be doing it out of habit. So keep your shoulders and core square as you monitor for tension through your arms, wrist, fingers. Keep your shoulders square and your core square. Okay, so now we'll watch. That was going up. Now we watch for going down, okay? So if I come down and you watch my elbows, this is, you get this problem? You know what I'm talking about? I mentioned that. You have greater wrist flexion, and you're trying to do it at the same time. Your elbows are doing it at the same time too. The elbows can't be at the same time because the hands aren't in the same position of the arc at the same time. They can no more be in the same time than the wrist can be. And that is important coming down. So if I try to come down with my elbows at the exact same articulation, the sword will never get out and do the cut. Do you understand that? So they don't go at the same time. So as I come out, you can see they don't have the exact same angle of articulation. Do you see that? They don't, okay? And if you just follow, just like yin yang, one hand's doing one thing, the other hand's never doing the same exact thing at the same time, okay? Right? So one hand's doing an inward spiral, other hand's doing an outward spiral, okay? One hand is yang, one hand is yin. Same thing here. Don't make them go at the same time. What's my clue I want you to do is I want you to feel no tension in the arm and the grip, and the sword is moving your shoulders, arms, all that through space, okay? So let's bring that, go. Don't pull both elbows down at the same rate. Don't bring them up at the same rate. Send that sword out. You have wrist angles that got to be the same. So very, very common, a lot of people do this, is they're trying to stack the weapon. Do you see how it's stacked? Do you see that? And then they come down and they stack the weapon again. Understand? Okay. So here I am stacked, and you can see that my wrists are in the same angle. They should not be in the same angle. Got it? They're in different places on that arc. There should not be a time when they're over each other like that. In which case, the sword should never end up here. Neither going forward. No, 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 no. Okay? They're doing different things. They're doing the same thing, but at different rates. At different rates, at different rates. They're following each other. Same thing. Following each other. Okay? Try it again. And they follow each other all the way down to the bottom. Don't stack it. All the way down. Let the left hand drop. Let the left hand drop. All right, martially, there's two reasons for this. So if we were in Seigon, and if I stack the sword going up, you're going to see that the sword is no longer threatening him. It's not threatening him. The sword is threatening, 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 threatening. So the threat threshold stays longer than if I stack the sword, it goes away earlier. On the cut, you're going to have a chop. You're going to chop and a wrist flick, as opposed to just letting the weapon do its thing. Do you understand? Okay. So again, a little bit more. Do not stack the sword going up. Do not stack the sword going down. Go.